Praise Allah and send peace and salutations upon the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Confronting a liar is something that I think many of us in our day-to-day lives, we're going to have to do at some stage. Sadly, lying and not being trustworthy are characteristics which are now more and more widespread. As people, they leave the prophetic guidance and they move towards just fulfilling their whims and desires and their lusts. I think confronting a liar is something that we all need to be prepared to do. So I wanted to discuss a couple of a few key points that you should remember. Number one, when confronting a liar, you need to make sure that you have factual evidence, or that you have what you need which proves beyond any reasonable doubt to yourself that this person is guilty of what you're confronting them about. Okay? Because by definition, a liar will not accept what you're going to come with. They're going to twist it. They're going to offer you explanations, and they're going to try and deny everything. Okay, that's the nature of a person who is a pathological liar, or somebody who just is so immersed in lying that becomes their characteristic. That becomes their character. It blends with every fiber of who they are. Okay, so if you're not sure and if you don't have overwhelming evidence, this person is going to bamboozle you. And that takes me on to my second point when confronting a liar. Be sure in what you know. Be firm in what you are upon. Because if there is doubt in your mind, or if there's room, if you give this person who's a liar even an inch, they're going to wriggle their way out of it, and they're going to slither their way out of it, and you're going to be left thinking, well, how did that happen? Okay, so be firm and be sure of yourself. Be somebody who knows what you have seen, or what you have read, or what you have heard, what you've come across, the truth that you've discovered. Because if you leave them any room, any wriggle room, they're going to wriggle out of it, because that's what they do. They are an expert at lying, an expert at denial, an expert in getting out of these kind of situations. The next important point when confronting a liar: don't fall for the crocodile tears. Don't fall for the emotional reaction, because for the liar, using emotions is just another tool in their arsenal of lying and deception. So if you fall for those crocodile tears, a liar is somebody who can turn it on and turn it off at the drop of a hat. So once you confront them, and if they see that you're firm, initially they're going to try and deny it. Okay, if you're still firm and you stick to your guns and you know what you are saying is the truth, then comes the the emotional reaction and that kind of thing. Okay, so don't again be deceived, and don't be sidetracked by the emotions. Okay, the next thing is, you're gonna then get this whole act of guilt and I'm so sorry and all of that. And listen, the bottom line is this, okay? The liar is only sorry and only so upset and so hurt by their own actions, and they can't believe what they've done, and how could they be so stupid. They only get into that situation because they've been caught, and they've realized that they've now been caught, and they realize that there's no room to wriggle out. So now comes this massive amount of guilt. But the bottom line is, they weren't guilty when they were lying. They weren't guilty, for example, when they were stealing from you. They weren't guilty when they were cheating on you. They weren't guilty when they were, going behind your back and doing X and Y and Z. Because they've been caught, now the guilt turns on. Because the waterworks didn't work, now the guilt turns on. So you've got to understand, brothers and sisters, when you're confronting a liar, confront them and stick to the facts that you know. Because if you leave any room for anything subjective whatsoever, A liar is going to bamboozle you and they're going to get out. And I always say, stick to the facts, not what they say. Don't let their words deceive you. Look at their actions, look at what they've done, and you should focus on that. So these are just some tips to confronting a liar and not letting them continue to deceive you and to basically play you for a fool any longer. Have the self-respect, have the discipline to know when to walk away from a relationship or a partnership, business partnership. If somebody has lied to you once, they're going to keep lying to you. If somebody has it in them to deceive on this level, then that's who they are. And it's better for us to walk away from these kind of people than to continue to engage them and continue to be victims of their lies and their deceit and this kind of thing. So we ask Allah that He makes us people who are truthful, because remember that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said a person will continue to tell lies until he is written down as a liar. He earns that title in front of Allah. This person is a liar. And he told us sallallahu alaihi wasallam that lying, it leads to wretchedness, and wretchedness, it leads to the fire of hell. So I always say, the person who's a liar, get away from them, break all contact, because this person is not going to change until they realize for themselves how corrupt they are. So we ask Allah for safety and security. Brothers, stay safe. Sisters, stay safe. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.